Welcome back, Dodecadorks, for the 12-Sided Guys. I'm Matt, and I'm playing as Dirk.
Hey, that's right.
We have Sabrina as Nora.
Oh, hey there, folks.
Jordan as Sorik.
I doubt that.
That's give me every time.
It's seriously so good.
Tana as Echo.
Hey, y'all.
And as the Dungeon Master, it's Scott.
I assure you I know what I'm doing.
So I kind of ran out of time to write an intro today, guys. So I actually had my new AI-powered robot give me a hand.
Oh, boy.
Let's see what he came up with.
Bleep bloop.
Turning this knob, pushing these 3 light-up buttons, cranking the crank.
Cranking the crank.
Exactly how
Cranking it.
ChatGPT works, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, make sure you crank one out before you start talking to it.
All right. And looks like he's powering on now, so take it away, robot. Beep boop. Salutations, humans who enjoy activity named Dungeons and Dragons. Transmission. Please enter Discord Communication Hub. Rumor in my databanks. Electronic words through internet equals future. Be efficient mammal and activate joining procedure via clickable link in episode descriptor file. Skynet. Okay, let me cut in here really quick, guys. I'm reading a printout of what he's saying, and there are so many M dashes. Anyway,
Oh, dear.
proceed. Alert! Patreon existence detected. Upload gratitude to newest unit. Designation soy sauce. Also, you can. For $5 United States dollars per month, you unlock post-episode communication module titled Your Neighbor's Potatoes. For $10, you gain forbidden data, dungeon master scribbles, and geography diagrams of imagination lands. Be supportive organism. Be subscriber. Submit. End transmission.
Submit.
Oh, man.
Man.
Guys.
Tars, what's your awesomeness level set at?
Seriously, guys, AI is getting real good. Anyway, if your robot friend ever left you to do some gardening for a couple 100 years, then this podcast is for you. It's Reaper's Requiem, Episode 4.
Nice.
I'm replaying that game right now, actually.
Oh, yeah? I love watching him, like, throwing seeds wearing his, like, kerchief over his head.
Yeah. I was scrolling YouTube and it like had one of those random algorithm drop-ins where it's like, watch this person speed run some Chrono Trigger, and I'm like, I don't mind if I do.
Like you insist.
Watch this cute blonde girl playing the Millennial Fair on a harpsichord, organ, and piano.
Oh, dear.
That's impressive.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
amazing.
Those ones also get me every time.
The last time we got together, our party was regrouping with Duke Grend and the rest of the retinue. They interrogated a suspicious farmer and did some more digging around the inn and found a mysterious candle.
He actually wasn't suspicious. He was super cool and chill.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. He was so normal.
The most honest, straightforward young man I've ever met.
Yes, and even the NPCs rolled really poorly on insight for him. The party did some investigating around the town, and then set off to head towards Rosvane. The group decided to leave the soldiers to bury the dead, and they will meet up with the party a few days after we get to the city. In our travels, we had some conversations between the party members, and then some one-on-one conversations between different characters of the retinue with the party. And some of them were emotional and funny, and we left off going to bed, and we're going to wake up that next morning. So the group has been traveling together for 7 days now. About halfway through this coming day, we will get to the Graithwain Crossing. It's a bridge that goes from the Ravaloon Duchy to the Velmirith Duchy on the road towards Rosvane. So that's where we are right now. The group has, you guys are putting your gear together, packing up, getting the horses ready so that you guys can hit the road and start traveling again. Are there any conversations that you guys want to have As you guys are packing up and getting ready to go.
I think I think Sork would actually try to strike up a conversation with Nora.
Oh, yes, I'm always happy to talk to you, sir.
So tell me, Miss Nora, is it okay if I call you Nora? Do you have a preferred name that you would rather go by?
Oh, no, Nora is great. I'm, honestly fairly low rungs in Mirren's church, so no worries at all.
Okay. Just want to be respectful. I was particularly interested in learning a bit more about your gift. When did you notice this gift had emerged?
Well, this didn't used to happen as often. I know you're a bit younger than me. I'm assuming, I think they're like pretty much the same age, but he's very young and youthful, handsome looking.
She just wants to be team mom.
He's got that, is it Patrick Dempsey? Is that his name?
Exactly.
So he looks like he's maybe a man in like his like mid to mid-ish 40s, but he's half elven, so he's like probably 75, 80 years old.
Oh gosh, okay. Well, you may or may not recall, things like this didn't used to happen so often. So it's hard to say when I first noticed. I moved around a few times in my youth, so even if somebody had died who I knew, I might not necessarily even know that they're gone, but about 10 years ago I realized that there was something significantly different in my memory from other folks.
Interesting. And have you ever encountered anyone else with that gift?
I'm gonna have to make a deception check because I'm gonna have to say no now.
All right, let's see it.
No, I've never met anyone. It would be crazy if that were the case. Nora got a 4. It would be such a small world.
Should I roll like a perception check against that then to
I think it would be insight against
insight? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a +5 on this, so I don't know that I can fail.
If you get a 1, I think that would be a fail.
Okay, I rolled a 5 for a 10.
Okay.
All right.
You know that she just lied to you, and that was a yes or no question. So.
Got it.
Nope, never met anybody. I wish I could. Would really love to be honest.
He smiles. He I think he can tell that her lie was not very convincing, and he's almost wants her to know that he knows. Where he's like, oh, okay, I understand. Well, if you do recall anything of that nature, I sure would be interested. It seems like a rare gift, and those that possess that sort of gift might be good to know who they are.
Yes. Again, it would be great if there were more like me. I think that I can't be the only one that Mirren's graced with this.
I would. I'm not much of a religious individual, but it would strike me as strange if it was that rare of a gift, indeed. But I will say this: for whatever purpose you have been bestowed with this gift, let us respect and honor it and treat it with the reverence that it deserves.
I appreciate that.
All right. I think that's it. I think he just kind of wants to try to... He's trying to poke and prod a little bit.
Yeah. Any other conversations you guys want to have? We'll say that you guys have set off on the road and you're traveling kind of southeast on along the Requiem River. Most of the parts of the river that you can see are about 200 to 300 feet across. It's a pretty wide river, very hard to cross if you're just gonna like take your animals and go and like swim or whatever. It's too deep for that, and the current's a little too fast. Big forest on either side of the river, but there's a nice, well-paved trail that you guys are following.
I will say that Dirk is keeping really close to Duke Grend. He took what happened the night before between him and Kirkmid very seriously. And I don't know, if you did an insight check on him, you might see that he's actually feeling pretty overwhelmed with what he sees as his new responsibility as the Duke's bodyguard.
He's an important boy.
I'll roll a maybe an insight check or a perception against that to kind of like figure that out. I only got a 12. I don't know if I maybe would have picked up on it.
We'll just call it a deception then. That was a 3. Man,
Okay.
I am not a deceptive person.
Nothing gets past Soric. He's got eyes like a hawk.
Dirk is really uneasy. You can tell that he's uneasy. What does
Okay.
that uneasiness look like?
He's trying to look really serious. He's looking around. Eyes are constantly on the move, looking for potential threats. Hands constantly going to the handle of one of the 3 weapons that he has on his horse's saddle. He looks really anxious and out of his depth.
I think Sork would maybe like move closer. Or we're on the road at this point, just kind of trotting along.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I think Sork would maybe, kind of catch up to or move back towards Dirk so they could be side by side, and would say something to the effect of, "A pretty strange last couple of days. How are you holding up?"
I'm doing all right. Got my second promotion, I guess, since joining with the Duke's company. So,
Yeah, something to be celebrated. Perhaps we could throw back a stein or two when we get to Rosvane.
well, yeah. I mean, if the Duke is there, I guess that's where I'm supposed to be. So, Kirkman put me in charge of making sure the Duke is safe, especially while the rest of the soldiers are not with us. So, just trying to keep my head on a swivel. You know how it goes.
Is there anything in particular that you're worried about?
Kind of. Wait, I'm gonna do a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
That's an 11. That's more than half. No, just, we're walking into a really dangerous situation. There's been talk of impending civil war. That sounds like a really dangerous place for a noble to be heading. So I'm just, this is much bigger deal than being the quartermaster, which was a much bigger deal than, driving a wagon. So, just trying to keep, my head above water with all of this new responsibility.
I think Sork would try to like give kind of this disarming smile a little bit and be like, "I am glad that you're here on our side of things. Your perception of what we're moving into as we head into Rosvane is not altogether incorrect. I don't believe that it is going to be overtly hostile, but we are moving into unknown waters at a rather delicate time for the entire kingdom. I'm grateful that you're with us, for whatever it's worth, Dirk. I'm glad that you're here with our retinue and that you're helping out.
I truly hope it's worth something."
Well, it's all worth something. Whether it goes according to our plans or not is to be seen, but it'll all move forward towards something, that's for sure. I do think that you're wise to be a little more cautious than normal. Perhaps Denny and I can speak with you a little bit more about things as we uncover them heading into Rosvane. But I'm not sure if you're aware of what my role is to the Duke, but I'm a sort of advisor. I traffic a little bit more in information.
Okay.
My hope is that if there is present danger that targets our good Duke Grend, I'm hoping that I'm the first to know it, and if I'm the first to know it, then you too will be the first to know it.
Okay. Now you know the Duke fairly well. Like, does he just do lots of push-ups? Because he's pretty built. It looks like he'd be able to handle himself.
When you guys both make a history check,
Sure.
it'll be a lot easier for you, Soric.
Yep.
We're not rolling great so far.
That's a 3 for a 7 for Dirk.
Yeah, Sorik rolled. He got a 9. He's got a +1, so he rolled an 8. Got a 9.
I believe it came up earlier. I don't know who was part of that conversation, but there was a conversation that said that he had been the previous Duke's bodyguard. But I don't think Dirk knows that. So
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be common knowledge. With the 7 Dirk and being around, because you're traveling with the group, you know that he wasn't like heir to the duchy. Like this was not like he kind of came out of nowhere and became the Duke. Like for the general population, that's kind of what it felt like. This like random orc guy was suddenly the Duke.
yeah, it's like he won it in a wrestling match or something.
Yeah.
Like that's what some of the men were saying back in the camp. But I don't think that's true.
What Sorik would know is that the previous Duke Eldrin Colm, and he is still alive. He abdicated the duchy and gave it to Duke Grend.
Is that as uncommon as it sounds?
Yeah. Like super strange that this happened.
Okay.
He's an old man now, and that's all I'll say. I probably gave you a little bit more than your role probably warranted, but you work closely with them, so I feel like that's what you would know just from osmosis, if you will.
Perfect. No, that's great. I think Sork would say, certainly he didn't win it in a wrestling match, if that's what you've been hearing around camp. I don't know all of the Duke's background. I know that he probably had a background not too dissimilar from yourself, at least judging by your bearing. Though the exact particulars I'm not 100% sure of. I can say this. The previous Duke, who was a relatively good man from all I've heard, Eldrin Colm, he actually abdicated the duchy and named Grend as his successor. And from what I've gathered, at least working with others and working with the Duke himself, the reason he was named was because of his character. He seems like a good man. Those are precious few in this world that you can say that about.
That's always the impression I got, So, character, not because he got the 3 count on a pin against the previous Duke. Got it.
That's right. Although I could be wrong, who knows?
But yeah, hit him with the Stone Cold Stunner or something.
That's right. Perhaps if we can get the Duke to share in some drink with us one of these evenings, we could get a bit more of that history from him.
Yeah, and that would be good. Just help me remember that I'm not going to be drinking, okay? I gotta stay sharp.
Love this.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, thanks, Sorik.
No problem at all.
And Dirk will look noticeably more comfortable, but still, very attentive. Very serious.
What's Echo been doing as you guys travel?
Echo has been working on that cord that we found, the Celeran cord that had some knots in it.
Yeah.
And when Dirk is not surrounded by people, Echo will probably go up and have a conversation with him about it.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys have been on the road maybe an hour or 2 at this point. You're getting close to the Graithwain crossing, but you're not quite there yet.
Hey, boss?
Oh, hey, Echo, I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna be your boss anymore. I got a different job now, so I think maybe you're what I used to be? I don't know.
A promotion?
I think I vacated the previous position, so it's yours.
Already?
Yeah.
Do people usually move up this fast?
No, and it's kind of overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
You're looking
you're
at the
talking
Duke's
about
new
you?
bodyguard. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, I thought I might have some intel, but if you're not my boss, maybe you're not who I talked to about it? Am I just the one that has the intel now?
Is it important? Is this something we need to bring to the Duke's attention?
Well, do you remember that green cord we found that's the Celeran or Celerite? Which Celeran? Celeran, probably.
Oh, yeah, right, the church rope. Yeah.
Yeah, the church rope. Got some knots tied in it?
Yeah.
I thought it looked familiar. Back in my hometown, we did a lot of mining, and when you dig a mine, you run a thick cable along the side that you tie little messages in using knots, so that if there's a cave-in or if you lose your light source, you can find out where you are and if there's an exit nearby.
Oh, that's cool.
I think this cord is the same idea. The key is not necessarily universal, but if you've got enough time and you know the language it's written in, you can kind of figure out what it might say. So without the context, I'm not sure exactly which one of these is right, but I got a couple options.
Oh.
I think it might say you yawn if cured. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I mean, that would make sense, like, if you're, like, feeling really sick and then you get cured and then you wake up from, like, some kind of a poison sleep and then you'll yawn, right? I mean, we'll keep that as an option. That sounds pretty plausible to me.
Wait, no. I keep forgetting. Dirk has high intelligence.
Yeah, that's probably not it, but that's cool. I could see how it could work in certain situations.
All right, this one I think is a little bit more likely. Our owls be crazy. So maybe there were, a local falconer had a couple birds go rogue, and they were worried about, them attacking people, so they wanted to let folks know to watch out. Owls are wily, so I think maybe we should just be on the lookout for some owls.
Okay, our owls be crazy. That's actually that would be a much better name for a podcast after show than like something like Your Neighbor's Potatoes.
Oh man,
These owls be crazy.
And the last option, the town is ready.
That sounds way more. I mean, our owls be crazy was kind of spooky, but that other one sounds way more sinister.
I mean, yeah. We can still keep an eye out for the owls, probably. But why would... is there any reason that Silurians would have reason to prepare a town? And if it was... prepare it for what?
My assumption would be prepared for the reaping. But it could have been prepared for the Duke's visit. Or it could have maybe not even been a Silurian who left that. It might have just been the closest available, cord to use for that communication. I think there's a lot of options and a lot of unknowns, but this is definitely something I think we should bring to the Duke's attention. Because, he probably would be worried about crazy owls, too.
Yeah, I think, whatever you think is best. I know I'm moving up pretty fast here in this organization, but you've always been my mentor.
You've always been my mentor. Jeez.
I think we're past that point now. I think now truly we are peers. Me, the senior peer, but you, the associate peer, but peers nonetheless. We should check one thing. Hey, Nora, you know, like, healing magic, right?
A bit, yes.
You used it on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Do people usually yawn after they're cured?
I can honestly say they don't. But that's a really interesting question, Dirk. What brings that to mind?
Well, Echo actually, I think, has translated that chord message.
And it has to deal with yawns?
Or owls.
We're thinking it's mostly about owls, but it could also be something else about the town. So, yeah, let's bring this to everybody. Let's have this conversation on the road with everybody. Hey, Echo, are you ready for your first, presentation in front of the boss?
I was born ready.
You got your PowerPoint slide deck already?
Exactly. Your pie charts and your graphs.
Oh God, I'm having flashbacks.
Just make sure you're using branded colors, okay?
Is there like a team-approved deck, like a template I could put things
I was
into?
literally just going to say, and don't use the wrong deck. I hate it when you do that.
It's funny is I do that all the time at work, and I just finished creating a new branded deck for use for my team, and I'm really proud of it.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, so you can call everybody's attention if you'd like.
Hey, Duke Grend, and hey everybody, listen up for a second. Maybe we should slow down and have just a short conversation here. Echo has something to share.
The Duke kind of motions to the group and says, "Why don't we feed the horses and let them rest for a minute, and we can have a quick conversation." Everybody kind of starts getting off their saddles and, giving apples to some of the horses and getting situated, everybody kind of circles up and all of the eyes are on Echo. Everyone.
No pressure.
Duke Grend, Sharn, Fulbert, Denny, and Kirkmid. They're all staring right at Echo.
With the Duke staring at Echo, Dirk will be standing behind the Duke, facing outward to kind of like literally watch his back.
Literally.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. And the Duke says, "All right, Echo, let's hear it."
I know that was like to set the stage to make like Echo nervous. I don't think Echo is nervous, but I am personally sweating right now at the idea of all of these people's eyes on me.
Awesome.
So, before we left that last town, we found this cord. It looks to be Celeran in make, and it's got some knots tied in it that I think might be a message.
All right.
It could be a couple things. We've narrowed it down to maybe 2 messages. I think it could say, "Our owls be crazy," but it sounded like Dirk
they do be crazy.
Dirk maybe thought that the option, "the town is ready," maybe had a little bit more merit. Just given the proximity to the event, if it meant the town is ready for the reaping, or your arrival, or something in between, it may be something to keep an eye on. I don't know the Celerans well enough to know if anyone would have something out for you or us.
Denny steps up to you, Echo. He's the other advisor that's kind of like a political spy, similar to Sorik. Long brown hair. He walks up to you and he says, May I see it?" And he starts kind of asking you questions about how you came to your conclusion there.
Yeah, so just here, oh, what was that? Do I need to make a roll?
Nope, that was Denny making a roll.
Okay.
Denny got a 19 insight.
Hey, can we just say for the listeners that Tana did figure this out in like 5 minutes? I don't think that was in the last episode. Maybe it was in the Your
I think it
Neighbor's
was like
Potatoes.
the end of the last episode.
It was not. It was definitely not 5 minutes. It was like since we found the cord in the background of the rest of the episode, I was working on it.
It was so fast, though.
Yeah, it was surprisingly fast.
I've seen this kind of thing before. Messages tied into cords with knots. The key isn't necessarily the same, right? The message, the knots used isn't the same every time. But if you know the language that something's written in, and you've got enough words and letters to work with, you can usually figure something out pretty close. So I narrowed it down to a few messages. The one that we ruled out was "You yawn if cured," but if that is in any way relevant, that was another option that could be tied into this cord.
Nora already verified that that's not necessarily the case.
It's certainly not, and probably not the most likely either. But I'm very impressed with you, Echo.
So yeah, I don't know. Take from it what you will, but if we've got a cord saying that the town was ready, or that there were a couple of rogue owls, I think we should be on our guard.
Denny kind of looks over the knots as you're talking, and he says, I think I agree with the assessment. I think it says the town is ready.
Is there any way, knowing that it's a message, that maybe we could do like a little history or like, I don't know, check just to see like any sort of group in the world that would use that kind of communication? Because I feel like that's a really specific method.
Yeah, it is an interesting method used. You can make a history check. It's going to be really difficult.
Come on, big money. We've been rolling so well recently. 14.
You're familiar with, secret types of messages and ciphers and things, and usually they're used when the message is not something they want seen, but only to be understood by a specific audience. So it's written for someone to find and read, but not for everyone to be able to read. So whoever left it, they left it for someone. But you're not aware of like any specific group that would write in this type of a language.
I don't know. It looks like a cool rope to me, but that's nifty.
Duke Grend kind of turns to the group and he says, "This is troubling indeed. If there was someone who wrote this before the reaping happened, and then after leaving a message like this, the whole town was reaped. This is troubling."
I mentioned it before, but if it's possible that there is some group that can actually invoke a reaping, this is monumental in its potential impact to the stability of the kingdom, especially at this time of transition. My lord, we need to be at the absolute height of preparedness as we approach Rosvane.
I agree. Sword Tender Blendus, Chanter Fosdale, you're a chanter, right? When we get to Rosvane, I need the two of you to go and speak with other clergy members in the town to see if you can find anything out about this. It is very troubling, and it's something that's out of my depth of knowledge. So I will lean on the both of you to help with this.
A question, my lord. As we consider what this portends, the timing of your retinue and its passing through of Tharndel, was this publicized or made known to certain individuals? The way that this would read, it would seem that they had to prepare the town in advance for what took place there. And the fact that it happened, the reaping happened while you were there, were they trying to catch you in that and potentially reap you, my lord?
That is troubling. I don't know. To answer your question, though, we did send some runners forward to meet up with our soldiers at the crossing. We should probably run into them while we're there at the bridge, but I don't think it was public knowledge that we were traveling through.
Okay. Sork's gonna look at Denny and then he'll say to the Duke again, he's like, it may not be a bad idea to introduce a little bit of variation in our travel plans, just to be on the safe side.
Certainly, I will lean on the two of you. And Denny says, "All right, Sork, let's put our heads together."
Sork would nod curtly to that, and yeah, if somebody's trying to time it so that way the Duke just happens to be in some town and gets reaped with the rest of the town, and if it requires some sort of advanced knowledge and preparation, Sork's basically thinking maybe we abandon any direct path and any schedule we did have and take a more circuitous roundabout route just to ensure that nobody can sabotage us.
Yeah, I like it.
Although if that is the case, it does seem like the person themselves might also have to be prepared, because nobody not from Tharndale was reaped. So I think it might have to be, if we're accepting that hypothetical, I think there must also be something involved with at least the people, not just the area.
This is a valid point. One thing that could be valuable too, if we choose not to deviate, is we can see if there are consistent characters that emerge. Perhaps we might be able to find whoever is invoking this type of behavior when we continue on our journey. But it seems risky.
The dwarf and that human that were supposedly at the inn as well. Maybe they'll be at the next town.
So that's where we found this black candle, was in their room, right? One of their rooms. It was for reading illusory script, right? So there are three, I think, potential ties to the idea of the reaping happening, and some of them are more explicit than the others, right? If I count them right, we had the message from the dead man, the shoe thief, down in the cave, about needing clothes to welcome something, right? That seemed to be connected to the reaping. He survived the reaping and then died to the spiders. The next would be this cord with the knots in it that says the town is ready, which could be referring to a reaping, could be referring to, some plans for you and your passage through here, Duke. And then the third one would be this candle, which would be for reading hidden messages. So maybe they're all connected. Maybe they're three separate or We don't know how they're all connected, but we have a lot of loose ends, and we don't know how they combine together or if they even do.
The Duke kind of turns his horse towards the direction in the road where you guys are traveling, and he says, well, that's why I surround myself with people far smarter than me. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. Let's hit the road.
Yes, my lord.
Such confidence in us.
That makes Dirk like really even more anxious.
Oh no.
You guys continue traveling down the road.
Scott, before we get too far, you mentioned the cord, and it reminded me we've had a night's rest. Can we have figured out what that magical cord we got down in the cave, the epaulette cord thing, what that is, what that does?
Yeah, so it requires attunement, and as long as you're wearing armor, you can affix it to your armor, and you get a +1 to your AC.
Ooh,
Oh, that's great.
Heck yeah.
I say that goes to Echo since she's the one who found it.
Yeah, I
Not
like
gonna
that.
give it to Sork just cause.
I think that belongs to me, I believe. No.
And after that, I'm definitely not claiming it for myself either.
That's amazing. I'm going to throw it into the party tab on your guys' character sheets.
That's right, guys. D&D Beyond added a party tab, so if you're in the same campaign, you can have a party inventory.
Wait. There is. Oh, snap.
Yeah, I already put 2 of the Dust of Disappearance in there, so whoever wants to claim them can claim them. I love that Echo's going to be in her dirty kid, homemade leather type armor with like this fancy military epaulette on one shoulder.
Yeah.
I love it.
She got promoted.
Yeah, commendation. Let's
That's
go.
right.
She might not even know how to wear it correctly, and we'll just like tie it into her hair.
Oh my god, yes.
That'd be cool. Or wear it like a necktie.
Yeah, a little choker.
Ooh, like a bolo.
Oh yes,
I love that.
that. With like a cow skull slide.
Oh my god, yes.
Awesome. You guys start approaching the Graithwain crossing. It is a very long stone bridge, maybe about 200 feet across from like end to end, from one shore to the next shore. On the north side of the bridge, there's a small tower, like a 2-story tower, one on the east side and one on the west side. This crossing is the boundary between the Ravaloon and the Velmirith duchies. So as soon as you cross the Graithwain River here, you'll be in the other duchy. As you guys approach, there's a couple of things you guys notice when you're walking up. There are a few guards that are near the closest little tower, like a guard tower, checkpoint, if you will. And they are wearing the red and silver armor of the Ravaloon soldiers. And they're just kind of chatting by the closest guard tower, because you guys are on the west side, traveling towards the east side. About halfway across the bridge, you see a wagon, and at the wagon is there's a tiefling man speaking to another Ravaloon soldier, and then a soldier in purple and like bronze armor, and you would make the assumption that that is a soldier of the Velmirith Duchy, and those are the colors of the Velmirith Duchy. All the way on the other side of the bridge, you can see also another Velmirith soldier and a very tall Goliath man chasing down some sort of animal. And that's where we are right now, as we're approaching the Ravaloon checkpoint of the Graithwain crossing.
Do I see people with the Velmirith colors?
Kirkmid points across the bridge. He says, yes, the checkpoint on the other side is managed by the Velmirith Duchy. This is one of the only crossings where we both have guards posted, mostly because it's a well-trafficked area, and we want to make sure that goods passing through are safe.
I don't like the look of that wagon on the bridge. That's the perfect place for an ambush.
They do be dragging that wagon.
Why don't you guys make a nature check as you're like looking at the wagon?
And the bridge and its hiding points. Nora got a 13.
Dirk got an 18.
Echo got a 10.
Sork got a 17.
Okay. So, Nora and Echo, you notice that there's no animal pulling the wagon. So there's no pack animal near the wagon. The Sorik and Dirk, you see way across the bridge on the other side, you see a Struthon, which is an animal that you guys are familiar with. It is a kind of a pack mule type animal.
That doesn't look like a pack mule.
Yes, that's insane. It's like a chicken.
Yes, it has like the beak of a chicken and like a red gullet hanging down, but then kind of like kangaroo, like pointed, like angled ears, and then like chicken. It has so it has 2 arms and 2 feet. It stands on 2 feet. It has like a long tail. It is not feathered. It has fur, and it has claws on its hands and feet. It's tall. It probably stands about 7 feet tall, and it's pretty wide. Like, it's a big animal.
It looks like if a velociraptor had a kinky 3-way with a chicken and a kangaroo.
Yes. Yeah,
That's
that is
actually accurate. 100%.
Yeah. Not generally like a mean animal. They're just typically used as like pack animals. Sometimes as mounts, but not very common. The Struthon on the other side of the bridge is acting very skittish. So Sorik and Dirk, you see that the Goliath guy that's really tall is trying to like grab the reins and wrestle control over this animal. So it looks like whatever happened with the wagon, the Struthon has escaped and the wagon is stuck where it was.
Sork's gonna kind of lean over to Denny and say, perhaps it would make more sense if myself and my 3 companions here were to be something of an advance party.
Kirkmid says, I'll go with you. And the Duke says, I'm going to talk to the soldiers here. And so he approaches the soldiers with Sharn.
All right, we're going to go try to wrangle a Struthon.
I think it looks cute. We probably just need to coo it.
Isn't Struth like an Australian exclamation as well? Struth? I guess it would make sense that a kangaroo animal would have an Australian name.
It sounds like something the Australians would say. I don't know.
Anything sounds like something they'd say, though. They say some nonsense.
Fair dinkum, right? Sponsor.
Right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I have no idea.
So as you guys, as Duke Grend approaches the soldiers there, one of the soldiers walks up to him and he says, I have a missive for you, sir. And he hands over a rolled parchment, small, to the Duke. And the Duke unrolls it and starts reading as you guys are walking up to him. And he says, Sorik, I would like you and Denny to have a look at this. Before you start getting too far, he hands you guys this.
Ooh.
So there's a letter. He hands this over, and there's a note at the bottom of this. This is information that Sorik would be aware of. Just some word changes that would mean different things. So river reeds and fishermen with nets is talking about troops. Market stalls and crates would be referring to like soldiers being smuggled in among freight. Grain sacks with odd stitching would be referring to like disguises or supplies carried by soldiers. No colors and heavy boots is saying that they don't know the allegiance. And mill wheels turning faster is saying that things are progressing faster than what they thought.
Dude, Thieves' Cant is so much more interesting when you actually take some time to figure it out beforehand.
Where's the potatoes?
Here's Grace. The river reeds have begun to bend, though no storm is declared. By dusk, more than a few fishermen carried nets where no fish swim. The count of these nets is unclear, but enough to trouble honest watchmen. Our brothers of the Eastern Stones whisper that the market stalls are busier than the merchants admit. Crates arrive by lantern light, yet no tally is recorded. I saw grain sacks stacked too neatly, with seams stitched in a soldier's hand, not a seamstress's. The men wear no colors, yet their boots leave prints too heavy for traders. Still, no banner has been flown, and we cannot speak their allegiance aloud. If the mill wheels turn faster come nightfall, we may be facing more than honest bread. Their loyal eyes upon the stones, Sergeant Errol Thost.
Interesting. Well, my lord, I think Sork would lean in to kind of whisper such that he's not saying this to the soldiers that are right ahead of them. He'll kind of explain the meaning of this or the significance of this to the Duke just to ensure that it's clear. So it sounds as though there have been troops moving and positioning themselves within the city. They're unmarked. They're bringing in freight and supplies. They are disguising themselves. It's as though they're preparing for whatever might be happening. We don't know who they belong to. I would recommend that we perhaps consider staying outside of Rosvane when we go to set up residency.
I have some old friends I'd like to see. So we will be staying in the Silver Lantern Inn, at least for the first night. Then we can move. He kind of chuckles. He says, it's not a fancy inn by any means, but I do know the owners. Good people. We would be safe there, but we can move to a different inn afterwards.
That would be, I think, wise. Although we'll have to be careful that we don't pick up eyes in the city, Denny, if you understand what I'm saying as well. Sir, I believe that if something were to go south, it's not going to be a mob or a riot alone, but it will be a coordinated and militaristic action.
Yes, I fear that we're going to have our hands full when we get there. Kirkmid and Fulbert start walking towards the wagon to investigate what's going on there as you guys are talking.
Trouble was anticipated, right? Like, there was always going to be an issue. Surely we also sent some kind of advanced or clandestine troops to ensure security when we arrived, or is what you see what you get with our company?
I don't know, Dirk. I've heard you're the boss.
I can tell you that we have our network to gather information that is existing. As far as a strong military presence, or even any sort of coordinated military presence, I'm not sure Sork would know that specifically.
Duke Grend kind of motions to Kirkmid, who's now up at the wagon talking with the soldier and the young man over there. He says, no, we did not send anyone in quietly. We're coming with a band of about 20 soldiers. At least that's what we were planning on doing. They'll be with us shortly, a day or two after we arrive. No, we did not send anyone in ahead of time. We do have some eyes and ears in the city, but yes, there is no one that's directly allied to us.
Okay.
Comforting.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it seem like it's what should have happened. When I heard that there was, somebody was making those kind of moves, I guess I just assumed like, oh yeah, that's what they'd be doing, right? Everybody be doing that. That makes sense. But I don't really know statecraft and stuff, so I'll just watch your back.
No, you're not wrong.
Why don't you guys make an insight check when Dirk makes that comment?
Nora got a 10.
Dirk got a 3.
Sork got an 18.
I hope when we get into combat, our rolls are way better, guys.
Echo got a nat 20.
Awesome.
Oh, there we go. That's the better roll we were talking about.
Yeah. So Sharn speaks up at the comment that Dirk made, and she says, yes, some rulers are more duplicitous than others, and I don't know which is the right method or the wrong method, but other leaders tend to be very straightforward and speak exactly what's on their mind. Less statecraft and duplicity, and more directness. You sense, like, for Sork and Echo, and maybe Echo picks up on this because of the conversation that she had with Sharn the night before.
Yeah.
There's some tension there between Sharn and Duke Grend, with his kind of very straightforward approach to ruling.
So do we get the sense that she also feels that we maybe should have sent something ahead?
Yeah, it's like the vibe is that she kind of wishes that there was more plans made to prepare for the arrival than just setting out with some soldiers.
Okay.
The Duke kind of motions ahead. Why don't you guys make a perception check as as you're looking at the wagon up ahead.
Dirk got a nat 20 for a 21.
Nora got a 19.
Echo got 13.
And Sork got a 12.
Up ahead, near the wagon, there is a young tiefling man. He's got kind of light purplish skin, short horns on his head. He's wearing very plain clothes. Does not look like a fighter, does not look like any sort of melee combatant, just looks like a regular guy. He's got, you can't see too many details about like any insignia, but he looks to be the one that was driving the wagon. And what Sork and Echo, that's kind of what you notice. You see that there's some sort of discussion happening, a little bit of raised voices. But for Nora and Dirk, the young man looks a little bit nervous. You can kind of tell he's looking a little bit like his body language is like he's not wanting to answer the questions. He's not like, there's not like shouting happening, but they're kind of questioning him, and he's kind of squeamish under their scrutiny.
Not like he's hiding something necessarily, but like he's intimidated by the now questioning by multiple guards as well as important looking officials.
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing I'll give you for Dirk and Nora, the wagon has a gear and anchor crest on it, and the letters B and W are like imprinted over the gear and anchor.
A BMW.
Not BMW, B ampersand W.
So they're douchebags. Got it.
You can make like a history check, and it won't be too difficult on this one. But and this would be just Dirk and Nora for this one.
Dang it. My rolls were all over the place. I was just a 10.
Yeah, Nora got a 5, not 1.
I'll give it to you, Dirk, because it's a pretty common company. This is a shipping and receiving company based out of Rosvane. So they would take letters or goods from one place to another. That is all the information I'll give you for that.
This is like some kind of courier. Soldier, guard, is this the wagon that brought the letter to the Duke, or is...
Oh, no. He looks at the wagon for a sec, and he looks to the Duke. You spoke to him, but he's like addressing the Duke. He says, no, we stopped him for questioning, and something was off on his paperwork, but we let him through. But when they got to about halfway across the bridge, their Struthon got skittish and bolted. I think the harness broke, and it ran away. So they're trying to wrangle it down over there on the other side of the bridge. We should have the bridge should be clear soon.
Did you look at what they're transporting?
Just packages and things. He steps into the little building to the north, and I
don't know if we need to make some racial profiling of these tieflings here. Just bring in a cart. Come on, guys.
No, I'm more interested in the reason why the Struthon would be skittish and why he was acting weird and his paperwork wasn't in order. Like, we were just talking, we were whispering to Nora, we were just talking about people planning for the Duke's passage and ambushing and setting things up that might delay him or, stop him forever.
When you finish speaking, the guard returns. So there's two guards. One of them stepped into the building, and he pulls out a small ledger. The shipping ledger has 4 items. The guard says most of it was letters and small packages. There were a few large boxes. One was iron nails. Another was sacks of grain. The largest one was labeled as powders and salves. And the last one just said assorted goods. So we cracked open the nails, checked that they were nails, and resealed it. The assorted goods one was marked as fragile, and we did not open that one.
Jeez, guys.
Well, how messed up is this cart up there? Like, is that fragile box going to be probably broken open at this point?
Oh, I don't believe any damage was done to the wagon. They just need to get the Struthon.
Okay, it just kind of like stranded there. It's not like toppled it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The Duke says, well, should we go and take a look at it?
I think it best if you were to stay here, my lord.
Yeah, I think the rest of us should go take a look.
Yeah, is anybody else getting like car bomb
Yeah, the bunch
vibes
of
from this
nails.
wagon.
Like,
The
No.
Duke kind of looks at all of you and assesses all of you, and he says, "You all should stay behind me." And he starts walking forward.
We're
Excuse
security
you?
guards. You literally hired us for this task. I'm sorry.
He
Nora will say that. Nora's going to be daddling at him, but still walking behind because she's not going to disobey.
he laughs, just like a full-bellied laugh. yes, you protect me. This should be entertaining if it comes to that. But in the meantime, you should stay behind me. And he starts walking forward, and Sharn is next to him as well. And you guys start going up.
I stay as close to him as possible.
Okay. As you get maybe like 10 feet away, I want everyone to make we'll do a perception check, but I would allow an arcana check for this as well.
Oh, Nora's definitely doing Arcana then.
Yeah, so is Dirk.
Oh, hey, a dirty 20.
And Dirk got a nat 20 for a 24.
Wow.
Wow.
Echo got a 19 perception.
Sork got an 18.
Okay. So for the perception, because I'll give you different information for both. The perception check, so Echo and Sorik, there's a faint, like, crackling, almost like tearing paper sound coming from the wagon. It's a little unsettling. And as you're like looking at the wagon, it's got like burlap wrap over it. It's not like wooden over the top. And you can kind of see, as the wind's kind of blowing through, because you're on the bridge now, you're maybe like 100 feet, like in the middle of the bridge. And you can see kind of the burlap like waving. There's nobody in the wagon. You don't see any people in there, just like boxes and kind of sacks and things. And you hear this like faint, like tearing, crackling sound. For Nora and Dirk that made Arcana checks, there's like a taste in the air that feels magical. Like as you're approaching this, like you can almost like taste sulfur and smoke coming from the wagon.
Jeez.
So,
And-
Duke, I really think maybe you should take a step back.
Dirk is going to try to Can I try to grapple the Duke and jump off the bridge with him?
You can try.
That's not a crazy thing. They do it in action movies all the time when they think
Sure.
there's a bomb.
They also knock each other out for indiscriminate amount of times.
Dirk's like, yeet.
You guys got high Arcana checks. It doesn't give the impression. Dirk got a nat 20, got a 24, and
Yeah.
Nora got a 20.
And Dirk knows elementalism too, so he would know reagents for creating fire, like if that was the intention, right?
You don't get the idea that it's going to explode in a way that would like create like a fireball explosion. Like you're not getting evocation vibes from the magic. Let me check a spell real quick, and I'll tell you what school it is. You're getting more like a conjuration vibe.
Okay.
Oh, interesting, spooky.
I maybe not try to force him off the bridge, but I will grab his arm to try to stop him and say,
There's something magical in that wagon. I can smell something arcane.
Some sort of conjuration magic.
This is not safe for you.
Are you trying to like grab him and pull him? Do you want to make like a opposed strength
yeah,
checks?
I'm trying to stop his forward momentum.
Okay.
And while Dirk does that, Nora will step in front of him.
Do you want me to do strength, athletics? What do you want me to do?
Why don't you want to do athletics? We can do opposed athletics.
Dirk got a 19 athletics.
Oh, Duke Grend also got a 19 athletics.
Oof.
He adds 10 to his athletics check.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
As you pull him, he doesn't like pull away. Like you're still like grabbing onto him, but you feel his arm, and he is just jacked. Like one of maybe the strongest arms you've ever like felt. And you're still like pulling him, and he kind of looks at you, and we are going to roll initiative.
He's gonna punch me in the face for
nope,
daring to
that's
touch him.
That's not what's happening.
He seems like too nice of a guy to do that. Honestly, if our Duke dies somehow during this battle because of this, I'm gonna be so pissed off at him. Not listening.
I hope he doesn't die because I really like him. Kirkmid got 20. The Velmirith soldier got a 19. The Tiefling got a 14. The Ravaloon soldier got a 13. Denny got 11. Fulbert got 8. Duke got 6. And Sharn got 5. What did you get, Dirk?
A 12.
And Echo?
6.
Nora? What did you get?
15?
Okay, and then Sorik. What did you get?
20.
So, at initiative 20, we're going to start there. You guys see the top of this wagon just completely shrink into itself, and like a very thin, like obsidian line materializes right at the top of the wagon, and the wagon like shatters into the ground. The wheels crush under it. There's like some massive force happening in the wagon. It seems to originate from one of the boxes inside the wagon, and then that obsidian sphere grows, and you can see for a moment into it. There's like this black void with geysers of like green gas popping up, and as that sphere materializes for an instant, 4 creatures jump out of this portal. Or, pardon me, 5 creatures. Sorry about that.
Boy.
4 of them are smaller. They look like fat, like imps with like cracky, scaly sort of skin, dripping with toxins coming out of their mouth and like a sulfuric smoke coming out of their mouths.
Tasty.
Little stinky boys.
That's right. Totally stinky boys.
Like cheddar goblins.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, those.
The last one that pops out is much bigger than the rest, and you're not sure if the wagon crushed because this thing landed on the wagon, or if the whatever magic happened in the wagon caused it to happen, caused it to be destroyed. But standing over the wagon is this like chitinous creature with like massive fangs, and
Pretty sure I've been fighting that in Silk Song.
yeah, it does. It definitely looked like something from Silksong, which great game, by the way. I am absolutely loving it. He's also dripping with some sort of like acidic goo coming out of his mouth. We're at the top of the initiative. There are a lot of allied players. This is going to be a very hard fight. We will start with Kirkmid, and then we'll go to Sorik. So Kirkmid, one of the creatures materializes right in front of him, and he pulls out his warhammer and makes 2 attacks with his warhammer. The first one is a hit, actually, and the second one is a miss.
Is he attacking the little guy or the big guy?
He's attacking the little guy that appeared right in front of him.
Okay.
He does 10 damage to the creature. Kirkmid turns back to the Duke and he says, "We got a fight on our hands. This one's going to be tough." And now it is Sorik's turn.
The one little impy, goblin-y cheddar monster. What were we calling it?
I call it a cheddar goblin, but
Cheddar Goblin.
Cheddar
yeah.
goblin. All right. So the one that appeared that's kind of positioned right in front of Nora,
Mhm.
Sork is just like 5 feet off, like back to her right.
Mhm.
He's going to dart forward and make some attacks at that one. So he'll strike out with his short sword.
You started within 10 feet of him. I need you to make a DC 11 Constitution save.
Oh. Uh-oh.
It smells so bad.
Dump stat. I got a 2.
oh man.
It smells
Oh, no.
so bad of like sulfur and like just like rotten eggs and like the most raunchy fart that you've ever smelled.
Oh, no.
You have the poisoned condition until the end of your next turn.
But it wasn't your raunchy
Oh.
fart, so you don't take pride in it.
That's right. That's right.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I will make a short sword attack with disadvantage then. My disadvantage
Nice.
roll is a dirty 20.
Awesome.
Wow.
A gentleman's 20.
Oh, yeah.
As Tana had said.
I love it.
I
roll
love
some-
that too. That's
Roll
great.
some damage.
So 7 damage
Okay.
with the short sword, and then using the nick property, I'll take my dagger attack as well.
Okay. So it should be a flat roll on this because to negate the disadvantage.
Oh yes, that's right, because of the property on the short sword. 15 to hit,
That will also hit.
4 damage. Since that one didn't have disadvantage, will that be a sneak attack?
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got the 4 there, so I guess we'll just say 4 damage
Okay.
from the sneak attack.
Okay. Awesome.
Cool. And then I will. Sorik will bonus action disengage
Okay.
and take a step back.
All right. We're going to go to the Velmirith soldier next. He sees that there's a couple of the smaller guys on the eastern side of the bridge, and he runs up to one of them. He's going to make an attack against one of the two of them, and he actually hits.
Wait, very crucially, who did you say he's attacking?
He's attacking the one on the north side of the eastern, like the furthest east on the other side of the wagon. There's
The one that's farthest from us, looks like,
yes.
maybe?
Yep, exactly.
Got it. He's attacking one of the creatures, not
the
any
big-
of the retinue.
Yeah. He's not attacking the retina. No. He's attacking one of the creatures. Yep. And he does 3 damage to it.
Weak, but helpful, but so grateful.
That will bring us to Nora. Nora, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, that's not my forte. I mean, it's not quite a. It's strength is my dump, but Constitution's not great. That's a 14.
Okay. It smells so rancid, but you've changed diapers before. I mean, this is really bad, but you're good. You got this.
I'd give anything to change another diaper.
Oh, sad.
Oh. Nora is actually going to ignore the cheese goblin, whatever you called him,
Yeah.
right in front of her, and is going to send a guiding bolt towards the big chitinous boy.
Okay.
So that is 7 to hit.
Oh no.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is not enough.
Okay, but I still have a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to. Oh wait, no, because that's a. Never mind. That's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay. The tiefling, he gets pretty darn scared, and he runs up to. He kind of pivots to the north, and he's kind of hiding behind the Ravaloon soldier, and trying to get away from the creatures as much as he can. Then the Ravaloon soldier, it's his turn. He's going to attack at the same one that Kirkman attacked. He misses with the first one, but the second one hits, dealing 7 damage. So he actually rolled pretty good there. So this was against the same creature that Kirkman attacked, and he did some pretty good damage. That one is looking pretty hurt. Dirk, it's your turn.
Okay, well, Dirk is going to drop his sword and his maul, and he's going to use his bearded great axe. He's going to come down around.
I'll need you to make a Constitution save as you get within a couple of feet of him.
Okay, and I have advantage against the poison condition.
Okay, awesome.
So that's a 21.
You feel great.
Okay, and then I'm going to take a swing at this one right here in front of Nora, try to draw its attention away from her.
Okay,
That's a 22 to hit,
that is plenty.
and the damage will be 14
Oh.
slashing damage.
What does that
Jeez.
look like?
It's basically just this big sideways, like I'm chopping down a tree swing at this guy, and just completely takes the head off right at the neck.
All right. As you slice right through his head, just this like green ichor like falls out and like hits the stones, and it seems to start like etching into the stone. Like it is, his blood is just like nasty.
And I'll say, "Don't breathe that." Just like the guy. Remember the guy who used to do the "Will it blend?" and he'd say, "Don't breathe that." So, "Don't breathe that."
Awesome. Okay.
And then with him down, I'm going to actually move up right in front of Nora, straddling the dead body.
Awesome.
So that way I can kind of be closer to the Duke as well, because I'm his bodyguard.
Okay.
And you're doing a great job of it, dude.
Cool. So it's Denny's turn. Denny, he runs up to Sorik, and he looks like visibly nervous. And you see him looking between the larger creature and the smaller one near Kirkmid, and he runs to the smaller one. And he takes an attack. That is enough. He actually might do this. And Denny runs up. He pulls out a thin rapier, and he just pokes right into the mouth of the creature as it's like opening and like trying to like chomp at him. And
Or spit out some macaroni and cheese, but yeah.
Yeah, and then he actually kills that one. So there are 2 left. It is the turn of the creatures. Both of them are next to that Velmirith soldier, so they're gonna attack him. The first one hits. The second one also hits. Oof, for a lot of damage there. He did 7 damage, so the guy took 10 damage total. Those that can see him, like that guy is looking rough, like not doing well.
The Velmirith guard?
Yeah, the Velmirith guard. Fulbert, it's now his turn. He starts muttering. You see him, he reaches to his hip and he grabs the scabbard that's at his hip and he starts casting a spell. He's saying a prayer, it looks like. So the Velmirith guard, you see like a holy red and green energy swirling around that guard, and he gets some health back. Now it is Duke Grend's turn, and those that can see him, like he's just got the biggest grin on his face, and he just runs head first towards the larger creature.
Wait, no, Duke, I'm supposed to protect you.
He's got a shield in one hand and a spear in the other. He just starts attacking this creature with his spear.
Oh my.
And he hits with a 15.
Oh my.
Then he gets a nat 20.
Oh, gosh.
And then he misses with an 11.
Oh,
so the first one does 8 damage, and then the crit does 18 damage. Okay, so he did 26 total. Let me mathematical. So he does huge damage to the creature. All right, it is Echo's turn.
Echo is going to run down, because the other 2 that are still alive are on the other side of the board, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
So I'm going to, take that on the diagonal, and then here, can I reach the big guy with my 10-foot reach?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a swing at him with my glaive.
Okay.
For a 13.
A 13 will miss, just barely.
Dang it. Okay, but with the graze, I said it right this time.
Yeah.
I still do 3 damage.
Okay, yeah, 3 damage. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay, next turn is Sharn. She will look at you, Echo, and she's going to give you Bardic Inspiration. And she says, I know you'll get him next time.
Aw.
And then she will run through everyone in the group, and she's going to stand next to the tiefling guy on the north of the bridge. And just kind of like, if one of the creatures comes up, she's going to attack it to try and stop it from approaching the young man. Last turn in the initiative order is the creature, and it kind of opens its big mouth. The pincers kind of on either side of its mouth open like really wide, and its mouth gapes open. And he is going to make an attack. I'm just trying to see which way he would go to hit the most people. That hits 4.
I don't like that I'm probably one of those 4.
I will need Duke Grend, Sorik, Nora, and Dirk to all make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, that's my forte.
Oh, I'm better at that.
Nora got a 10.
Not this time, though. Sork got an 8.
Dirk got a 9.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
You guys all
TPK.
fail, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Duke passes with an 18. This is gonna hurt, unfortunately. I rolled really bad. 5, 2, 1, and 4. You guys are so lucky. Only 12 damage. You guys take 12. The Duke takes 6.
Oof, I am bleeding.
Yeah, Nora's not doing good.
I have 1 hit point left.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
What?
amazing. That's
Wait,
amazing.
what? How? Did you get hit before?
No, I'm a rogue with 0 Constitution
Oh my
modifier.
gosh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
I guess I am a dwarf with +2 Constitution plus 1 extra hit point per level.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Level 2, man.
Yeah.
Well, and this is a pretty. If you guys didn't have allies, you would not survive this fight. Kirkmid, he looks at the Duke, and like they kind of nod at each other, and he runs past towards the Velmirith soldier, and he takes his 2 attacks against the creature there. The first one misses, and the second one, oh, actually no, I think that's a hit. The second one hits. He almost got it in 1 hit. The second one hits. He did 14 damage.
Nice.
And as he's running past, he says, "Duke, I trust you've got that one." Sorek, it is your turn.
Got it. Okay. Sork is in a rough state.
Run
but
away!
yeah, nowhere to really go. He's just going to be like, he kind of curses under his breath. He's like, damn it. And he'll dart in 15 feet. He'll make his short sword attack. I'm guessing he's still affected by poison, right?
He is, yeah, until the end of this turn.
Got it. So he'll make this one with disadvantage. A 15, though.
A 15 will hit. AC 14 on this guy.
Thank goodness. Okay. I guess because of the disadvantage, no sneak attack, so 8 damage, right?
Solid. It's looking really hurt.
And then with the Vex property, I'll roll normal for the Nick property dagger, and we'll apply sneak attack to this. Ooh, a gentleman's 20.
Amazing.
Nice.
Amazing.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Do you not add anything?
No, not
offhand.
for the Nick damage.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, man.
So only 2. A 1 for the piercing off the dagger and a 1
man.
on the sneak attack. So only 2 more damage.
Hey, that 2 damage hit. It's good. But not
Yeah, it's something. So then he will bonus action disengage and move back 15 feet back to where he was.
Awesome. Yeah, that excellent move. Good thing you can run away. This guy's tough. So next is the Velmirith soldier.
You're seeing a little bit about Sorik. Like he is the glass cannon. He is like, I'll jump in for a second, then I'm gone.
Yeah. So the Velmirith soldier, he makes his attack against the one to the right of him, the one that he hit before, and he does another 3. He does a little damage. He hits there, and he looks towards Kirkmid, and you hear him say, just like under his breath, he's like, "Oh, thank the gods you took the other ones." And that is the end of his turn. So Nora, it's your turn.
All right, well, Nora's not doing a whole lot to help folks, so she actually is going to take a couple steps back next to Sorik here.
Okay.
And she is going to cast some Cure Wounds on him, even though she's also
hallelujah.
not feeling good. But he's actually doing something, so that's a +9 for you.
Oh,
Feel
almost
better,
back up.
sir.
Let's go.
You're doing a great job out there. I appreciate you.
Did that basically take you back up to full?
Not all the way to full. I'll just say my max is 13.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Boise.
Amazing.
Dude, man,
Heck
that
yeah,
is.
dude.
My max is 22.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Sork is a soft boy. He's a
That's
soft boy.
awesome. That's so great.
Jeez.
Anything else you want to do, Nora?
Nope, just give him a little kiss on the forehead.
Oh.
Oh, shucks.
Okay. The tiefling, he kind of crouches down low, and everything is dead that's to the west of him, so it's only the south and the east, and he kind of like points at him, and he's like, "What in the hells are these things?" That's his turn. The Ravaloon soldier will approach the Velmirith one and try to give an assist. Misses the first attack. Misses the second attack. He comes in with a sword and he's kind of swinging wildly, but the creature is just jumping out of the way. Dirk, you are up.
Okay, Dirk's dropping the axe and picking up his maul, and he's going to come stand shoulder to shoulder with the Duke. He's going to take a swing with his maul, hopefully knocking the creature down. Fingers crossed.
Awesome.
That's only an 11.
Oh no, the 11 will miss.
And if I'd picked up the greatsword, I would have done 3 damage, but I don't. Yeah.
Oh no. Anything else you want to do?
I don't really have any good bonus actions for this situation, so I think... Oh, no, wait, what am I talking about? I haven't played a fighter in a while. First off, my bonus action, yes, I am going to use my bonus action. I'm going to take a calming breath and heal myself. I healed myself for 4.
Nice.
All of that, and I healed myself for 4. But I'll take it. Blood goes away. I'm no longer bloodied. And then I'm going to actually do an action search.
Oh,
God, I had that.
Nice.
Yeah. And then here's the second attack with the maul. Oh, that's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that will
Crush
do
this bug. Crush this bug.
12 damage.
Nice.
And then it needs to make a DC 13 con save or be knocked prone.
Okay. What does that look like when you smash this with your maul?
Okay, this is just a big overhand. Like, I'm working on the railroad, right? And it hits right between its bug eyes and just crushes the chitin there, and smashes somewhat into the head, and it just kind of crumples.
There's just like goo and like green ichor like all over your maul and like bits of chitin.
All over
Everywhere.
all of us, I think, honestly.
Yeah. just explodes out. And it like burns. You're not taking damage, this is just flavor. It like irritates your skin wherever that ichor touches you. Denny's turn. He's gonna run up and stand next to Kirkmid and attack the one there next to Kirkmid. He actually hits this time. Let's see if he can do any damage. He does 5. That might be enough. Denny runs up and he does like a quick flourish and gets the next one. There's only one of these creatures left.
Nice.
It is Fulbert. Fulbert looks around. He sees that there's only one creature left standing, and he looks at Dirk. He looks at Sorik and Nora, and he runs over to Nora, and he puts his hands on your shoulder, and he starts praying again.
So kind of you, sir. God bless ye.
You only heal 5, sorry, but he does heal you a little bit.
That's like a third of my hit points. That's fine. I feel so much better.
Amazing.
Does he give you a kiss on the forehead?
No, there are no kisses there. The Duke, he looks down at you, Dirk, and there's just like a big wide beard on his face. There's like a bit of ichor like on his chin, and he's just smiling ear to ear. He pats you on the shoulder, and then he runs up 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to take his attacks with his spear. The first one hits, dealing enough. The Duke runs through and just like slams his spear straight through the other one. Does like a flourish when he pulls the spear back through, and just like a spray of ichor just flies all over him and the ground around him. And we're going to cue victory music.
Huzzah!
Jeez.
Ugh, those were gross. My skin is breaking out.
I thought I was nearly going to pass beyond from that one.
From the smell alone, honestly.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. I feel great.
As you guys are talking, the Duke, he turns to the Velmira soldier. He's kind of looking at everybody, making sure that everybody's safe, like inspecting them. Sharn starts talking to the tiefling next to her. The Fulbert, he pulls each of you, and he's like looking at each of you to see if you need help. So he asks you first, Nora, you require additional assistance?
I'm much better now. I'm sure there are people who need more than me.
Sorik and Dirk?
I'm well enough at this point.
I mean, I'm not bleeding anymore, but I could use a top off.
All right. So he starts praying again, and you get 6 more health.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Of course. And he, after he heals you, he says, I'm almost tapped out on what I can do for that. So this was dangerous, but I think the danger has passed.
Well, we got to find out what these things were doing here, and what the people transporting it knew.
It does seem like they were just as surprised as us, but clearly something suspicious is going on here.
Well, they might know who the shipment was from, where they came from.
Oh, yeah,
when
for
they
sure.
picked it up, yeah.
Lots of great questions.
Are the people at the other end of the bridge, like, wrangling that kangaroo chicken still out there, the Struthon?
So as you look that direction, the Goliath man has the reins of the Struthon, and he's walking back towards you guys.
Wait, is that... Let me guess. Can I guess what the... I see the Goliath man now. Can I guess what the AI
what do you think?
prompt was?
What do you think?
I think it was...
oh my gosh.
Is that Stone Cold Steve Austin?
No. I think it's Danny Trejo with Avatar Last Airbender prison tattoo vibes.
That's an accurate description of this Goliath man. But I don't think that was the prompt. I'd have to look up. I don't think I used an actual person for this prompt.
Okay.
But they're walking up as you guys finish the fight, and he's holding a mace, and there's a crossbow at his hip as well. He was running towards you guys to help with the fight, but didn't get there in time. As you're walking past that way, it looks like Sora and Echo are up next to Sharn. Sharn is asking the tiefling man some questions. And then we'll resolve Dirk and Sorik in just a sec. Sharn asks, Sir Tiefling, what was your name? I have many questions for you. And he kind of he stands up. He was crouching by the railing on the side. He stands up and he says, my name's Zavros. And he kind of looks at his wagon that's just completely destroyed. And he looks back at Sharn and he says, oh, this is going to come out of my pay.
That's illegal. Know your rights.
Sharn says, I think that's the least of your worries. We have many questions for you. Do you have any documentation on what you were shipping? I need to know everything. And he says, we can poke through it. There should be a book. There should be a ledger on the wagon. And Sharn walks towards the wagon with him, and they start poking through. So anybody that wants to look, if you guys want to assist with the wreckage, or if there's anything you guys want to say, go ahead. But I need you guys to make perception checks as you start poking through the wreckage of the wagon.
Nora got a 7.
Echo got a gentleman's 20.
Awesome.
Ooh. Sork got a 16.
Okay. Sorik, you find the shipping ledger, because it makes more sense for that because you're near the front of the wagon where they would sit and drive. So you actually find this that talks about some of the things that they were transporting. Similar information to what I gave you guys a little bit earlier in the episode today. The ledger is marked with that same B&W sign with the gear and anchor crest. It smells of ink and spice, and there's the recent entries from this shipment are the ones that I mentioned before: the nails, sacks of grain, powder, salves, and assorted goods, but marked as no inventory, to be opened only by Rosvane handlers at the B&W headquarters. That's what that one says. Nora, as you're poking through the wreckage, you got a 7. There's lots of things that you find. One of the first things that you notice is there's a box with shattered children's toys in it, and a box of nails.
Wait, acrylic, stick-on nails? Or...
Exactly. No, just iron nails. And there's also iron nails scattered all over the ground near the wagon, just where that crate kind of erupted. You also notice there's lots of burnt letters and destroyed letters that were in some sacks. This is what everybody's noticing as you're poking through. Then Echo, I'm going to give you 2 things. The first thing that you find as you're poking through, you see a charred sheet of paper, and it's just a small fragment of a piece of paper. And it's a fragment of some sort of ledger. So it's torn. It's a scrap of parchment. At the bottom corner, you see that B&W logo again. And the only things that you can read on this scrap are entry 38 and entry 39. The first one says, delivery, 1 crate marked delicate glass, do not jostle. Instruction, delicate content with illicit substance inside, do not jostle. Marked private, paid in full by FL. Entry 39, delivery, powder and salves, listed as medicinal supplies. Instruction to be split and smuggled across the north gate of Rosvane. Payment upon delivery by GH.
Okay.
That is what you find. There's also one more thing, and this one was the hardest one to find. You notice one die as you're like poking through, and it is just charred, like absolutely charred on every side of it. As you examine it, you pick it up and you look at it, all of the sides of the dice have 6 pips.
So it's like 6s.
6s on all sides.
Oh.
That also seems illegal.
Loaded dice.
No, that would be the worst loaded dice, because you look at it and see that it's all 6s.
Echo's gonna pocket both of those things.
Okay. Make a quick Arcana check as you're looking at that dice.
Okay. Believe it or not my strong suit. Echo got a 9.
Looks like the weirdest die you've ever seen.
Cool.
Where were you going, Dirk, as they were investigating the wagon?
I think Dirk was on his way forward, kind of to meet the guy coming up with. He said he has a mace and he has a crossbow.
Yeah, crossbow's kind of hanging at his hip, and he's holding a mace.
Okay, I'm just kind of gonna try to intercept him before he gets to the Duke, in case he has any malintent.
Yeah. So he comes up to the Duke, and he's kind of like as you get a better look at him now because you're walking right up to him. He looks like a mercenary. He looks like a hired thug or bodyguard, just like built like a truck. He's a really tall Goliath. He's probably about 7 feet tall, bald head. He's got like tattoo markings on his face and like his forehead and his neck and chin. Got a dark black mustache, but bald on the rest of his head and shaved. So it's like a cue ball on top. He's wearing chainmail armor. Looks like he could handle himself pretty well in a fight. As you approach him, one hand is holding the reins of the Struthon, the other hand he's holding the mace. And as he runs up to you, he says, "What on Kellavir happened over there?"
Do I believe he really doesn't know?
Make an insight check.
That's a 19.
You don't detect any deception.
Okay. A conveniently placed wagon just put the Duke in danger.
Is that the Duke? And he kind of looks. He looks at the Duke behind you, who's talking to the Velmirith guard.
The giant orc gentleman with the retinue. Yeah, that's the Duke, bud.
Yeah. The guy over there who looks like he tore these guys all apart with his bare hands. Yeah, that's the Duke.
Yeah, that was. I don't want to exchange blows with that guy. He looks like he could hold his own against 10 men.
He's like a buff, orcish Abraham Lincoln.
I'll say, you can put your mace away. I'm sure my employer will have some questions for you.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to give the impression that I was coming to fight. I was trying to help. He puts his mace in a little leather loop at his hip, and it's dangling at his hip near the crossbow. And he walks up to the wagon with you, and he kind of looks at the wreckage, and he says, "Well, seems like we might be walking back to Rosvane."
I'll just come up to heading back to the Duke as this guy comes up. I'll say, "This guy just looks like hired muscle. I don't think he had anything to do with this. We need to be careful, though. I don't trust anybody here." So Dirk is going to again look super anxious and head on a swivel.
Okay. As you say that, the Duke turns back to the Velmirith soldier next to him, puts his hand on his shoulder, and he says, "I will let your commanding officer know of your bravery today." And he says, "Duke Varnmur will know that you stood against some unknown forces from another plane and protected his duchy." And the guy's like, clearly like shaken a little bit, and he's like nodding his head. It's like, thank you, sir, thank you. Then the Duke turns to you, Dirk, and he says, "We need to get to Rosvane as soon as we can." That is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oof, man.
And everyone can now level up to level 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
awesome. Well, hey, thanks, everybody. Thanks so much, Scott. This was a really fun session.
Of course. I had a blast preparing it.
We didn't even die.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of us got closer than others.
Hey, Sork, get some hit points. Huh?
Yeah, we got pretty close.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for listening, everybody. Again, join us on Discord. Links in the description. Join us on Patreon. We're gonna record an episode of our after show, Your Neighbor's Potatoes, after this episode. So join us there for some more discussion, recap of what happened here, and some thoughts and theories that we have. And until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.